Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here on Wave Now. I'm Myra Ansari. So this is really exciting. In just 4 days, we are opening a brand new hospital in Louisville's West End. And this is monumental for so many reasons. This is the first new hospital west of 9th Street in more than 150 years. So today we are talking about it because 4 days. The clock is ticking and a lot of excitement around this story. So Corinza Townsend, Chief Administrative Officer for Norton West Louisville Hospital, is joining us today. Corinza, I know that you are on pins and needles. We are in crunch time for this brand new facility to open. Tell us how excited you are.
Oh my goodness, pins and needles doesn't even speak to it. I'm excited, super blessed. We're all full steam ahead. We are just chomping at the bit. We can't wait to see first patient come Monday.
Tell us about how big of a deal this is. When you talk about healthcare and having equity for folks, why was this so needed? It took a long time.
Yeah, it did. So, I mean, you mentioned first hospital west of 9th Street in 150 years. We know Norton Healthcare does great, excellent healthcare, but we need to have something a little closer to home for our folks here, right in our own backyard here in West Louisville. I would say this is life-changing, not only for our residents here in West Louisville, but for our city at large. We did this together. This was really a community upbringing, and so excited to celebrate with the community tomorrow and then see the community come Monday morning.
So this new hospital is located at 850 South 28th Street. You're looking at some video that we've shot over the last couple of months when construction was going on. When you're talking about the last few days, Corinza, tell me what finishing touches are happening right now.
Yeah, so everybody's moved into the building. So we've got almost 400 employees who are actively buzzing around like busy bees, making sure that we have stock, make sure that we do all the security drills. I've fallen out in the parking lot and they've had to whisk me in a stretcher. All the things that we have to do to see first patient, to operate a hospital, we've been doing that run of show. And so last minute paint touches here and there from when we've accidentally nicked a wall or just making sure that all the bells and whistle work. So flipping all the lights and plugging all the things in, setting off alarms. We've done just about everything in worst case scenario to make sure that we are ready and providing great patient care to our folks when they come in. Customer service is big for us. And so we've done a lot of training there, and we're going to continue to do it all the way up into that last minute. 8 o'clock on 11/11, we will be ready to go.
All right. So, of course, on 11/11, that's when you guys are opening, November 11th. Are you all taking patients that day, or what's happening?
We are.
Okay.
Yeah, so we talk about how this is a full service hospital. We've got about 5 or 6 surgeries on the schedule. Our Norton Medical Group office that sits right in the middle of the hospital has a full schedule, and we have availability for walk-ins in the afternoon there. But from an imaging standpoint, the bistro, all of the functioning pieces of this hospital will be full steam ahead come Monday morning. We are excited and ready to see patients, especially in our emergency department. That'll be open as well.
Tell me about the type of care, what type of physicians folks are going to be able to see. Is this, you mentioned emergency room, but is it somewhere I can take my kids? Is it somewhere I can have testing done, lab work done, get my prescriptions filled? What are we going to be able to?
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned your prescriptions. We have a retail pharmacy right inside the building that's open to the community at large. You don't have to be a Norton Healthcare patient. You can utilize this as your retail or your everyday pharmacy if you need. We'll have over-the-counter things. And then if somebody needs to get their prescriptions filled, they can bring that here as well. We have a Norton Medical Group office or a doctor's office that sits right in the middle of the hospital. So from a primary care standpoint, or kind of what you mentioned, if somebody just has, quick ear infection or runny nose, sore throat, we can see that in that practice too. All of that will be open day one. So I like to call it all of the ologies, but we have hematology, cardiology, women's services, orthopedics, you name it, neck and back pain clinic. From a spine perspective, we have all of those specialists who will be in that office space throughout the week, every day, just about, with extended hours and then additional hours on the weekend. So when we say full-blown hospital, full-blown service, you can come here and get scheduled, or folks can dial the 629-1234 number and they will get them set up here. That includes mammograms, lab work, imaging from an MRI standpoint, ultrasound, CT. We have all of that here at Norton West Louisville Hospital.
Talk to me about why this is personal for you.
I am a nurse by trade, and all my life I have always believed that you need to do what's right. And for no other reason than it's the right thing to do. That is what I stand firm on. And so whether people are just talking about it, I really feel like you need to plant your feet and physically do the work. So many times we have great conversations and people have really, really good ideas, but until you put your money where your mouth is and you put action steps around your mission, it won't come to fruition. And so I'm super proud to collaborate with partners in the community, our employees and staff, and just all the folks that believe that we could pull this off to bring this up. I mean, tomorrow's a huge celebration. Monday, as we see our first patients, there's a sense of pride there that says that me personally, kept the promise to my community and our city, along with all the folks that stood by me to take care of this. And we did it. We're here.
For a lot of folks, Corinne said, this may be the first time or they haven't seen a doctor in a long time. Tell me about being able to play a role in that gap that folks have had in their lives.
Yeah, for me, the theme of this hospital is around healing patients, not just treating patients. And so understanding the point that you just made about the idea of whether it be fear or mistrust when seeing your provider or coming into a hospital, we recognize that. And so our providers, our staff, myself, a second time, have all gone through trauma-informed training, de-escalation training, not from a patient standpoint, but how do you make sure that you don't upset our patients to the point where we have to de-escalate any situation? How do you read the room and make sure that we're taking care of the whole patient? From a resource standpoint, we have a Dare to Care pantry inside the hospital, and we have a heavy social work presence here as well, so that we can give people resources to the things that they need when they come see us for their health concerns. So understanding the lack of trust in the community, which is very much warranted. And I say that out loud, it is very much warranted. I understand why our community doesn't trust healthcare. We've taken several steps to make sure that we have shared this space with the community well before it opens, and that we welcome people with great customer service and welcoming arms when they come through our doors, so that we can shift that relationship the best that we can.
To play a role in getting that trust back in the community, how's that feel for you?
It feels good because it's genuine. This wasn't a ploy, right? We did community surveys and had conversations with groups. We had one-on-one conversations about what our community wanted to see in this hospital. And so, we did a huge grassroots effort to make sure that we listened, that we truly listened, and then incorporated those things from an aesthetic standpoint. As you can see, I'm sitting in one of our emergency departments. We've got the lights a little dimmed in here from a comfortability standpoint. But to make sure that we incorporated those things physically, but that we heard you and from a mental health standpoint, from a trust and anxiety standpoint, that we could, I say wrap our hands around our patients, but really love on the folks that come through this facility.
Okay. And my last question for you, Corinza, is walk me through what it looks like.
Oh my gosh, the facility itself?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Some of the feedback we heard on the community survey was around natural light and commissioned artists around the neighborhood, and just large private rooms, and just open, airy, and modern. So you don't want to build a new old hospital. So from a technology standpoint, we have a cool feature on some of our inpatient beds where they don't even plug into the wall. They Bluetooth and read to the nurse's station. There's a green space on the second floor, and we try to make sure that we had real plants and trees and beautiful grass and roses on the outscape of the facility. Natural light. All the patient floors have 9-foot windows, and on almost every wall in the facility, it's glass. You can see nature outside, and that beautiful light comes in. The naturality of this facility, the colors that we use, the artwork, the artists that we commission to do the art in the building. They're not just basic things. We really try to bring in life into this facility. I think you'll see it when you come through the doors.
It seems like something that you are personally so very proud of. I think
I
the
am.
community is going to be very proud of this as well.
Absolutely. And that's the most important part. Not if I'm proud or excited about it. It is, what does our community think, feel, and see when they come through these doors. That's what makes this an important place to me.
Tell me, is there anything that I didn't ask you, Corinza, that you want folks to know about? I know folks are so excited; they're already walking in, like I'm ready to go. Right? You've had
Oh
people.
yeah, we've had a handful of people present already. If I could tell the community one thing about this facility, is that you are welcome, all walks of life. Not even if you live in West Louisville, if you work in West Louisville, or you play in West Louisville, whether you live in Indiana, whether you live across town, you are welcome at West Louisville Hospital. This is a very inclusive place, and we're excited to see all of our patients and all of our family members and friends who may need our help. The biggest thing is we want to keep a preventative health mindset in place. So come and see us and get established with a provider before you are in what we would consider acute care need. So before you need to be seen in the emergency department, let's go ahead and get you signed up to see whether it be primary care or a specialist, or even if you're not sure, just come ask that question. I tell my team, no question is a dumb question if it goes on. No question is a dumb question unless it goes unanswered. So come ask questions. We are happy to educate folks and walk them through the process in a very dignified way.
Okay.
So all are welcome. We can't wait to see folks on Monday, 11/11, and we just love everybody and want them to come see it.
This is really exciting. For folks that are joining us, I've put a link to Norton's new hospital on this stream. So click on it. You can get more information, find out if there's a provider that suits your needs that you can see and visit, and more information on this. It's taken how many years now, Corinza, has it been for construction?
Since we broke ground, it's been 2 years, which is probably the shortest a hospital has ever been built, but they've done a very, very good job. It's a very sturdy building and it's absolutely gorgeous.
All right. Well, we are excited about Monday, and I know we'll be there. We'll have a team there covering the big opening. So thank you. I hope you get some rest over the next few days as well.
I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you so much, Corinza. I'm Myra Ansari here for Wave Now. Have a great day.